Well, Akira Back coming to India happened to be based off of like a chance encounter in Las Vegas. Our owner, Mr. Sandeep Gupta, happened to have a connection to Chef Akira. Then they met. Sandeep Gupta came into Akira Back's restaurant, and they started talking, and the idea came about to open another restaurant here in Delhi. And Chef Akira had been working on expanding his dreams in his restaurants, so this was the perfect opportunity to come along. Well, Indian market is a relatively new cuisine to a lot of people. Like, they aren't as familiar with Indian cuisine, and I see Delhi becoming more globalized in terms of cuisine as well. Like, other markets are coming in here and people are being more familiar with world foods, and the Indian market is also coming into focus as well. So it's kind of like a merging of the two between everything. No, it's been a little bit over a year. We've been open since last December, so it's been like a year and a week. But response has been overwhelmingly positive. People have really embraced Chef Akira's style of food, and it's something that's really new to people, so it's really cool and novel, but we serve very high quality food, so people are coming for the quality as well as the newness of it. Well, I think that it's a fairly new thing. Like, you have your restaurants like Wasabi and Megu. They were some of the first ones over here, but now people are becoming more aware of it because it's emphasis on like healthiness and light foods. So people, as they become more and more health aware, Japanese cuisine is one of the styles that really fits in with that lifestyle, people liking lighter foods, being more active. So I think that awareness is going to continue growing and people are going to be more popular with it. It's not just going to be a trend that dies out in the next couple of years. Well, when we're designing the menu, we try and have an overall theme of dishes that fits in with the idea of the restaurant, and then what ingredients are available around and what we can do with them. Like, we may have a recipe in mind, but we may have to adapt it to what's available and what's in season, or how people will respond to it. We talk with people that are local here, like, do you think that this would fly with local palates? Not right now. So we just kind of adapt as we go. Well, we get a lot of our produce from the local markets, like our herbs and our vegetables, but most of our proteins, like the specialty seafoods, we have imported in. We have suppliers that can get us from Japan and Korea, and we have some suppliers that we get from Europe and everything. So we get a little bit of everywhere. My view on the Indian palate is people like things that are very bold in flavors, a lot of spice contents, and more savory and salty. They tend to be more on the extremes on either sweet or salty, and spicy on the flavor palette than most people are used to. And my palate has actually adapted quite well since I've been here, so I've gotten used to the local flavors and it's very enjoyable. Well, it's a little bit of both. Like India, the education system here is quite excellent, so you have a lot of highly educated and skilled professionals, and the operational costs are a little bit cheaper. So you're able to get skilled workers at a decent price and then train them and adapt them to things, so it makes them more marketable in the future as well. My journey in the world of food has been pretty much half of my life. I started as a dishwasher and a prep cook when I was still in high school, but when I was a child, we had the family dinners I would help out. And then as I learned more about food and I learned more about cooking, my journey has gone all over the world. I've been to Korea, I'm here in Delhi now, I'm making Japanese food, I know how to make French food, I've learned a little bit about Italian food, so I've been kind of everywhere on a plate. Well, really that's hard to say because I haven't, these are the ones that are big right now. I haven't really kept up on what's the new emerging market and stuff like that. So and it always varies from year to year to year. So, next year you may have like Ethiopian cuisine, you may have Russian cuisine may be big, German cuisine may be big. So it all evolves depending on what people decide that they want to eat. A new budding chef, stay humble and always do what you're told. Because you're going to spend a lot of years grinding it out and working under someone. But if you just keep your head down and don't complain and don't sass back and just do the work, it's not the easiest thing in the world, but it is very rewarding and there are a lot of opportunities. Plus you get to eat some really delicious food.